Hi, welcome. So we have got another question in circles, and let me quickly share my screen so that we can start discussing the question. Yes, here we are, and yes. So the question says that there is a circular park, right? There is a circular park, and the radius of the park is 20 meters. And there are three boys, Ankur, Syed, and David, and these three are sitting at equal distance on the boundary of the circular park, right? And each having a toy telephone, right? In his hands to talk to each other. Now, what we need to find out is the length of the string of each of the phones. Now, this is what we need to find out. So let's first get this question in this figure so that we are clear about it. And I'll just place this somewhere here. Yes. So first thing first, we have this as a center. Let's mark the center first of all. So this is the center. And suppose these three guys, these three boys are sitting here and say, here and maybe here, right? Now, what we need to find out is the distance between all three of them, right? So it's also given in the question that the distance between the three of them is equal, right? So if I connect, right, like this, and then we are connecting this boy with this one, and similarly I connect these two also, and let's name them like A for Ankur, and then this can be S for Syed, and say this is David. Okay. Now, what we also do is we, connect these boys with the center. So this is how we have connected. So this is how we have connected, and this is the center of the circle. So let's name it as O. Now, what we also do is we will connect this center. We'll basically drop a perpendicular on the chord SD, and suppose this is say P. Now this is dropped as, here what we can say is that OP is basically perpendicular to SD. That means this is going to be the midpoint of your chord SD. So what we can say is that SP is equal to PD, right? If P being the midpoint, because we already know any perpendicular dropped from the center of the circle on any of the chords bisects the chord. This is what we already know, right? Now, it's also given in the question that these are basically the radius. So this is like OS is the radius, so that is 20 meters, right? And we'll quickly mark this as 20. Now, the important thing is that all these three lines, like the distance between the three boys, is equal. So what we can say is that AS is equal to SD is equal to AD, right? These three are equal to each other. Now we need to find the length of these lines, or we can also say the length of the string of the telephone wire, or we can also say that the chords, three chords of the circle. So end of the day, these are three chords of the circle, and hence we are able to apply the theorems related to circle and chord, right? So this is what we are able to do here. Now Since these all chords, all three chords are equal to each other, what we can now say is that this is basically an equilateral triangle, right? This side is equal to this is, so this is an equilateral triangle also. Now let's assume that each of these are basically 2x, and if that is the case, then that means sp is equal to p2 is equal to pd is equal to x, because if sd is 2x, this entire thing from here till here, if this is 2x, then from s to p this is going to be x, so we can write it like this. Okay. Now, very simple. What we need to do is we need to, observe the two triangles. One is that we follow the triangle, let's consider SOP. Now, in this, with the help of Pythagoras, what we can clearly say is that, OS square, that's being the hypotenuse, is equal to OP square and plus SP square. Now here what we can also say is that OP square is equal to OS. We'll put the value of OS, and that is 400 minus SP square, and instead of SP square we can write it as 400 minus X square, or in nutshell we can write OP is equal to the square root of 400 minus x square, right? Now what we do is we will take the another triangle and say that is, we are taking now the triangle ASP, A, S and P. So I write that ASP. Now very simple. Again, we will use the Pythagoras theorem here, and we find that this out, that the hypotenuse AS square is equal to PS square plus AP square, right? So this is how we can now find this out, and we'll just put the values. So AS is basically, this can be written as 2x whole square, because this is what we had assumed, that AS is basically 2x, so we can write this as 2x whole square. PS is this, so we can simply write x square, and AP, so we will keep AP as is, right? And from here what we can do is we can find the value of AP is equal to, it's going to be 4x square minus x square. So that's going to be, you know, uh, if I write the value of AP, so this is going to be square root, and the final value will come as x square root 3. Now that's the value of AP. Now we have got two important results so far, while we two important relationships, I would say. One is this, okay. The other relationship is this, right? So OP is equal to this much and AP is equal to this much. Apart from this, there is one more relationship between AP and OP and AP, and that is the entire AP, okay. So the line AP, we can see it in the figure here. A from here till P is equal to OA, this line OA plus OP. So what I can write is as OA plus OP. Now, what we can do is we can, pick up the value of AP from here, and that's like x root 3 is equal to OA. So OA being 20, right? That's the radius that's given. And OP means square root 400 minus x square, right? Now, in order to simplify it, what we will do is we will get the 20 this side. So what we can write is as x root 3 minus 20 is equal to square root 400 minus x square. Simple. Now, to further simplify it, let's square both the sides. So we can write it like this. Okay. So finally, then what we get it is as, you know, we get this as x square 3x square plus 400 minus 40x square root 3, right? So this is what we get, and this side the square root goes away, so what is left is 400 minus x square, right? Now we'll simply simplify it further, and then what we will get is like this, something like this. 400 gets cancelled with 400, this 400 gets cancelled with this 400, and x square going this side, and we'll just quickly reverse it. So finally what we will get is that 4x square is equal to 40x root 3. Now we can also take off x from here, and that gets sort of cancelled. So x is equal to 10 root 3. This is the, you know, the length of this is this SP is what we have got. Now we have got the length of SP, and we already know that SP and PD both are equal. So that means we have also got the value of PD, and the sum of SP and PD is equal to whole thing, that is SD. So what we can write is the distance between Syed and David, which is SD, is equal to PS plus PD, which is like 2x, and that's equal to 20 square root 3 meter, right? And this is also equal to AD, which is the distance between Ankur and David, and that is also equal to AS, that is the distance between Ankur and Syed. So this is how we have solved this question, and it was very simple. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Now let's move ahead with the next videos, and very soon, most likely tomorrow, I'll be coming up with the other videos. Thank you so much. Have a nice day, and bye bye.